location.
No, we're not doing
Why
that.
don't they just tell that to the people in the front lot?
Right.
It's a
So
warning.
this is a movie about NASA. We're going to be visiting, got to show what they could do. And finally, they were instrumental in getting, really, you saw it, right, Kate? You saw it too. So when we saw it, there was a young lady that knew all the three women. When she spoke, she was from NASA, and we're going to try and get her. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll jump right in then.
Okay,
I'm in that case.
Ms. Williams,
Okay.
who's going to start with where we finished last week. Sorry.
So, what we're trying to do, and you'll all be very, very familiar with this because we're talking about KEMS so far is going to be valuable. Okay, I have a question. My question is, what did we do with the storyboards that we collected last week?
Could you say that again?
What did we do with the storyboards?
He took him home.
We sent them home with the students.
You did?
The students
An
wanted.
explosion happening with your rocket ship blowing up by.
We can take that. We can get home.
Anyway, I'm just saying, so you guys watch TV all the time. You don't limit your imaginations to what we can do because we have the capacity to do that in our lab, right? So we've been talking about the earth and environment. There was a question about whether or not we could do an animation. Absolutely. We could do animation, stop, animation, time stop, right?
Oh, there's a bit.
You could do little clay figures, puppets. You could do puppets. You could do people as puppets. You could do, you film 3 seconds, you move, 3 seconds, you move, 3 seconds, you move. You can create stop animation, so that's possible. Interviews, absolutely. We interview one another, and each of you, and we talked about this a little bit, each of you has a little, your own little, this is who I am. I'm a student at high school, middle school. This is what I love. This is what I love about KEMS. So we could have a few standard questions that you answer, and then you're featured, right? And I'm sure somebody is going to want to interview Dr. You're going to keep us honest, keep it short to the point. Adventures, explore ideas, simulation, space, we kind of talked about that. And also Ethiopia. Somehow we bring our sister school into the project. And maybe that's the...
Being let out of jail, so things are looking better right now. It's still kind of touch and go, but it looks like it's going in the right direction.
Okay. So the question was about storyboard. How do I flip?
Source.
Let's do it this way. So each one of these panels indicates an action or a shot. And again, you don't have to know the whole thing, it's just the idea of the shot. So the first shot is usually the open or the title. And the open and the title could be an action shot, an establishing shot, right? An ES. Spell out KEMS, right? And have each letter appear out of nowhere or slide across. You could animate it that way. Or whirl in. You guys know what to do. I don't have to tell you what to do. You know how to use this equipment and your computers and for the people that have animated already down there, you know what to do. So then we add our shots, and what we did last week is everybody had individual storyboards, and you began to tell the story, or the part of the story you think is important. So I really would have loved to have seen, because I don't want to spend too much of the time doing this, I don't have a lot of time. Somebody was here yesterday.
Yeah, so, hello, I'm here to tell you why you should join him. We may or may not have explosions. Explosions are fine. Explosions are also dangerous, but that's okay. If you die, you will get a refund. Oh wait, it's free. Sorry. We have purpose of faith. The end.
Oh, nice.
Always up, everybody.
Can we all
Christian?
give Molly the same respect that you would like to be afforded?
I'm sorry. Do you have any
No,
supposed to
don't
do that.
judge, no judging, we're
And then
not
we
judging
have-
you.
And then we have another interview, and then like show cats and stuff while they're doing stuff, and then and yeah.
Okay.
You talked last week about doing a little play, a little skit of Galileo and his career. Is
Yeah,
that-
I kind of expanded on that, and I was thinking maybe we could like have like different sections of the first scientists and their creations and their beliefs and how they stood for their beliefs, no matter what.
Okay, excellent.
Research that.
Okay, anything else? So kind of a history of science. Yes.
Bingo?
But yeah, so it takes like 5 seconds and it goes through the entire history. Maybe we just like make bingo or something that's like creative, but it was kind of shortened. the entire
Exactly,
history of
that's the
science,
way I
but
want
it's
you to
like
start thinking.
years.
Because you can truncate, you can shorten everything through editing, right? So, exactly right. The history of science in 5 seconds. It's like Hamlet in 10 seconds. Funniest thing I ever saw was Hamlet in 10 seconds, yeah. So,
Yes, Ronald?
Does anybody need a pencil to do this short one? I'll give you one to give it back to me when
Sir?
so if you need a pencil.
All right.
It's like an advertisement.
Does anyone need some?
yeah, that one.
4.6 billion years ago, our sun started to form about 2/3 of the way out on one of the spiral arms of the Milky Way.
Is that there's lots of stuff in the solar system, right? Beyond just the sun and the planets, the moons, asteroids, meteors, comets, asteroid belt, Kuiper belt. What's the difference between those two? Anyone, just call it out.
This placing up there, this asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, and the Kuiper belt is Pluto and just the outside is Neptune.
Okay, do you remember by chance what the asteroid belt is composed? Potentially? Use at least 2 of those to start preparing for today. So, Kuiper belt, asteroid belt, that's a key distinction, right? One is farther out, one is not. Any questions about the distinction between gas giants, rock planets, any of that stuff, the composition? There was discussion of
Because consistency with the 80s movies.
Let me go ahead and give you guys a couple facts. I like sci-fi quite a bit. Yes, babe. Okay, don't raise your hand unless you need something. All right, the sun counts for 99.86, about a million. Did we get that from the video? I'm double checking here. I'm making sure that we have as many good takeaways as possible. Any questions about the sun? Any comments about the sun? Why do we have a yellow sun? Why isn't it a dwarf? Yeah.
Because when it formed from the gases and things in the nebula, enough.
They all have rocky cores, but not rocky outside. And the rock could be maybe iron ore or something, right? Elements.
They don't all have rocky cores. Like Jupiter, we sent probes into it, crashed probes into it accidentally, and nothing survives the pressure to tell. I mean, for all we know, it could just be like their gravities were all pushing together, so maybe there have been other ones closer, but they've already like sort of meshed together into the sun or something. Because you can't have 2 suns there. I mean, there are binary stars, but they are very rare, so they just attract each other to around.
So, binary stars. We don't have that here. But it would change some of the orbits, right? We heard that some of the planets.
It has a really basically big it is, and that's why planets and the stuff are contested because they think that shouldn't count, but that's what our real planet is, and that doesn't count.
That's great. Excellent. More comments on the massiveness of these gas giants. They are tremendous. And they're gas. So,
The lens gets you to focus on something closer or farther away. So if you line up behind me, I will show you the planets. Actually, I'll show you an eclipse. If you line up, you can look through the telescope and see the eclipse. So we've got it focused on something fairly close by, on the other side of the room. But if we was to take this outside, maybe you'd want to use a different lens focus on, and you start with something large and bright, like the moon.